In the year 2137, democracy is a distant memory. The world is ruled by a single authoritarian regime known as the Syndicate, a faceless government built on fear, surveillance, and silence. Beneath its polished cities and carefully crafted propaganda lies the truth. Anyone who speaks out, disobeys, or simply becomes inconvenient vanishes without a trace. Those who disappear are not dead, not yet. They are sent to Facility 09, a place the public knows only through whispers and nightmares. Officially, it doesn't exist. Unofficially, it's the most feared prison on Earth. But its real name among those who run it is Black Voltage. Built deep underground beneath a decommissioned power plant, Black Voltage was designed not just to contain, but to break. Each cell is a coffin-sized box of steel and copper wired directly into a central control grid. A flick of a switch from the warden's console sends 20,000 volts through any prisoner who steps out of line. The currents are calibrated, not always to kill, but always to punish. Inmates here don't have names, just numbers. Their voices are silenced by shock collars that can be triggered remotely. The air hums constantly with static, the walls buzz with unseen charge, and the ground itself can betray a careless footstep. Some are killed publicly, broadcasted to other prisoners as a lesson. Others simply vanish during the night, their cells left blackened and scorched. Warden Kyle, the man who oversees Black Voltage, is as ruthless as the system he serves. Cold, methodical, and untouched by emotion, he believes fear is the purest form of order. To him, electricity is not just punishment, it's justice. He keeps detailed files on every prisoner, carefully deciding when to strike and when to let them suffer in anticipation. Among the newest arrivals is Alex Rourke, a former engineer turned dissident. Accused of inciting rebellion through underground broadcasts, Alex is sentenced to permanent containment, a euphemism for a slow, electrified death. As he's processed into the facility, stripped of identity and fitted with a shock collar, he notices something strange. Brief power surges in the main corridor, and a flicker in the otherwise unblinking surveillance system. There's a weakness in the grid, tiny, barely noticeable, but it's there. Black Voltage has never had a successful escape. No uprising, no protest, no message ever left its walls. But Alex knows circuits, he understands systems, and deep within this hell of steel and current, he begins to see a different kind of power, one that might turn the prison's own energy against itself. For now, he waits, watches, calculates. Because in a place powered by fear and electricity, sometimes all it takes is a spark. The first week inside Black Voltage is a descent into madness. Alex Rourke quickly learns the truth behind the prison's design. It isn't just a containment facility, it's an arena. Surveillance drones float silently through the dimly lit corridors, their lenses glowing red. Inmates cower in their cells, avoiding even the faintest sound that could trip a hidden sensor. The air is heavy with the metallic scent of ozone and the faint stench of scorched flesh. He watches as prisoner number 1189, an elderly man who merely hesitated during roll call, is hit with a shock so strong his skin smokes. The others don't even flinch. Fear has been wired into their nerves. But there's something darker lurking beneath the brutality. During a night shift power fluctuation, Alex manages to jam his collar momentarily and crawls through a maintenance vent. What he discovers leaves him numb. Above the prison, hidden behind a mirrored control room, are private viewing pods, luxurious, soundproof suites with reclining seats, drink dispensers, and panoramic views of the torture chambers below. Inside, wealthy elites, politicians, CEOs, syndicate officials, watch as prisoners are electrocuted for their entertainment. They cheer when a shock makes someone convulse. They bet credits on who will last the longest. Some even request custom punishments, wiring money in exchange for tailored executions. It's not about justice, it's about spectacle, and it's all recorded. Alex stumbles back into his cell, a storm of rage boiling beneath his controlled exterior. He now understands why no one ever escapes. It's not just a prison. It's a business. a secret ritual for the powerful to indulge their darkest desires, away from public eyes. The next morning, a new prisoner arrives, Lena, a former syndicate technician arrested after attempting to leak prison blueprints. She recognizes Alex. He was once one of the engineers who helped build the early security grid. They speak in hushed code through the ventilation shafts, risking death for each whisper. Lena tells him the grid has a weak node, one that cycles down for maintenance for exactly 90 seconds every 7 days. Together, they start planting seeds. They map the hallways. They track patrol schedules. They tamper with coils, loosen circuit casings, and divert charge from the central battery into a hidden capacitor Alex assembles piece by piece from scrap. They call it the Heart, a portable EMP powerful enough to fry control systems within a 20-meter radius. But trust is dangerous. Eyes are everywhere. And the warden has begun to suspect. Alex's name appears on his monitor, flagged for abnormal behavior. The countdown to punishment begins. Still, Alex knows now what's at stake. This isn't just about escape. It's about ending the show, destroying the system, freeing the prisoners, and exposing the syndicate's darkest secret to the world. But first, they have to survive the next 7 days. The day of the system reboot arrives, the only window where the prison's grid drops below lethal voltage levels. 90 seconds. That's all Alex and Lena have. At precisely 2 a.m., as the system cycles into diagnostic mode, Alex activates the Heart. A low hum builds as the improvised EMP charges. The device pulses with blue light in the corner of their cell. Lena watches the timer, heart pounding. Across the prison, a handful of loyal inmates, those Alex has convinced with whispered promises of freedom and vengeance, move into position. The capacitor peaks. Alex triggers it. The explosion of silence is deafening. Lights flicker and die. Cameras blink out. Shock collars deactivate. Doors unlock with a hiss of escaping steam. For the first time in decades, Facility 09 goes dark. Chaos erupts. Sirens scream. Guards scramble, panicked and blind. Prisoners pour into the corridors, some to escape, others to settle scores. Alex leads a team toward the central control chamber, while Lena and another group move to the broadcast room. The plan is clear. Disable the fail-safe, then upload the hidden recordings, proof of the elite's grotesque entertainment, to the global network. They make it halfway before they're ambushed. Warden Kale stands in their path, flanked by riot drones. His calm demeanor has cracked into a mask of rage. "You think the world cares?" he sneers. "They'll forget. They always do." Alex steps forward, bloodied but unshaken. "Let's remind them." Kale raises a remote trigger, the prison's core reactor override. One press, and every electric circuit in the building will surge at once, frying every living thing inside. He's willing to kill everyone rather than let the truth escape. Alex charges. The two men collide in a brutal fight among sparking wires and shattered glass. Kale is stronger. Alex is faster. They battle across the walkway above the power chamber, feet inches from death. Kale lunges with the remote, but Alex, in a final desperate act, grabs a live cable and shoves it into Kale's chest. Kale convulses, screams, then tumbles into the reactor below. Alex collapses, barely alive. At that moment, Lena's team breaches the broadcast room. With seconds to spare, she uploads the footage to a secure satellite link. Around the world, news feeds are hijacked by raw, uncut video of the horrors inside Black Voltage, the torture, the executions, the elite's laughter. Riots erupt across major cities. The syndicate is forced to respond. Facility 09 is raided within hours. Survivors are rescued. Warden Kyle is declared dead. The system begins to crumble. Alex wakes in a medical shelter, surrounded by freed inmates. Outside, the world is changing, slowly but undeniably. Investigations begin. Leaders fall. The mask of order has cracked. Black Voltage is gone. But the spark it lit, that can't be silenced.